Well, hello there. This is Dr. Williams. I believe that you are doing well. It's been a little bit of time, and so I wanted to come on because something has come in what I continue to see when it comes to leadership, when it comes to impact, when it comes to treating people like they are humans. We are missing that, so eloquently missing it. And I just want to know, where are you in your life? Or are you when it comes to your own leadership? Where or when was the last time you heard your own heartbeat? That is important. So today I am on and I am grabbing my notes and I am going to talk to you about something that's really important to me. As those of you know, my journey when it comes to conscious leadership and being in corporate America. I have taught and been a professor at a university, and now I have ventured on the municipality. And so, one thing that I continue to see is we are very much into the task. We are very much into doing what we believe needs to be done, but we are at many times missing the conscious leadership aspect of what we do every day. So happy Monday. Today, I want to talk to you about something again that we really don't celebrate enough, and that's conscious leadership. And not that kind of leadership that comes with authority, that comes with a title, or even loud voices. I'm speaking about that type of leadership that's kind and that comes from within. So today, this leadership doesn't begin in the boardroom. It doesn't begin on the doorsteps of your city or municipality. It begins in the mirror, yourself. And so I want you to ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into the room this week? Am I leading from intention, or is it all about impulse reaction? Is my conscience clean? Oh, that's a good one. Or am I carrying unfinished conversations about last week, about 2 weeks ago, about a year ago? Am I carrying conversations that we've had in our head, but they have gone unspoken? I call them unspoken truths. Or unaligned actions. So conscious leadership starts with honesty. And many times, my friends, that's quiet honesty. So today, we live in this world that is so obsessed with seeing a great leader. We want to see a great leader. We want to applaud that leader. And so we are so bound upon sometimes on, I want to see a leader. But conscious leadership is about being the leader, especially when no one is watching. It's choosing the harder right over the easier wrong. It's doing the small thing that a lot of people will say they're not going to do it. But it's also doing those things consistently. And so a conscious led leader owns the mistake he, she, them have done just as proudly as all of those victories. I remember a time where I had really great things happen in 30 days. I won an award, my team did a stellar job on an event, and yet there was a situation where I got pulled on the carpet on something. And though it wasn't necessarily my fault, I had to take responsibility and accountability for what happened. Yeah. So a conscious led leader, we own up to our mistakes. Yeah, we may have some internal feuding that we do, but we don't hide behind excuses. A conscious led individual doesn't deflect that responsibility. And sometimes you got to go in and say, "This is on me, and I'll fix it." And that simple sentence can change your workplace culture, can change your leadership authority, can change your emerging leaders. So, compassion and conscious leadership go hand in hand. So, conscious leadership isn't softness, it's a strength wrapped in clarity. It's understanding people pretty deeply, but not always allowing manipulation, but not ever allowing that. Not allowing chaos, not allowing inconsistency to lead a team. Compassion with boundaries builds trust, and trust builds momentum. So I want you to think about this. Today is, let's say it's Monday, let's say it's Tuesday, but every day, many times, and particularly on Sunday, people are pressured by Sunday evenings because they know that they're going to have to go to work on Monday. But I challenge you that a conscious leader shifts the focus from pressure to purpose, from stress to alignment, and from busyness to impact. And I want to say that again because many times we are believing that we're getting a lot of stuff done and we're busy. But where is the impact? So I want you to ask yourself, does this task matter? Is this aligned with my values? And will this make a meaningful difference? Purpose clears noise. If you know anything is challenging your integrity, don't do it. You have to speak up for your own integrity. And I'm going to leave you with this. We must have the courage to have hard conversations, even with those individuals that you care for, even with those individuals that you have had internal equity with. I come to believe that because you've been in a situation or a place for a long time doesn't make you a SME, doesn't make you a subject matter expert. And sometimes you have to have the courage to have hard conversations. And every team, every workplace, every home needs someone brave enough to speak truth with kindness. A conscious leader doesn't avoid conflict, they elevate it. They approach conversations not to attack, but to understand, not to win, but to resolve, and not to shame, but to guide. So leadership is not a Monday morning speech. It's a tiny habit. These all are tiny habits. Let me give you a few. Showing up on time. That's a micro action of leadership. Following through, listening fully, and not just to respond. Leading by example. And keeping your promises. Micro actions build macro trust. So, reflections that I want you to keep in mind as you step into this week, give yourself 30 seconds of reflection. What kind of leader do I want to be today? This question guides decisions. It grounds your intentions and it resets your direction. So, this Monday, choose conscious leadership. Lead from your values, lead from your truth, and lead from your heart because the world doesn't need louder leaders. It needs conscious, courageous, and conscious driven ones. That is something that though you may believe things are not going the way that you want them to, your voice will lead you every day and every hour. This is Dr. Williams. I hope that you are having a fantastic, fantastic day. And remember, love is not what you say, it is what you do. Love has to be demonstrated. If you have children, if you have nieces and nephews, let them know that you love them. They're important to you, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Take care. This is Dr. Antoinette Marie Williams. See you next time.